In the cold rink of northern Italy during a big ice hockey game, 16-year-old Sophia Romeo with short hair is upset because she got a penalty for playing too aggressively. Her dad, Santo Romeo, a middle-aged man with a beard, and her mom, Ingrid Gruber, a blonde lady with glasses, are cheering for her in the crowd. After the penalty time, Sophia comes back and leads her team to a victory. As she walks out of the arena, she meets her boyfriend, Hakim, a motorcyclist, who is waiting for her. He praises her and kisses her. They make plans to meet again over the weekend. Sophia then joins her parents in their Jeep. They congratulate her with a hug. Before getting into the Jeep, she reminds her dad, Santo, about his promise to give her driving lessons if she made it to the playoffs. He happily agrees. The next day, Santo keeps his promise and takes her on a drive. Sophia drives roughly through pine trees, breaking the side view mirror. They stop by a lake, spreading out a rug to enjoy the beautiful scenery of the Green Mountains. Sophia talks about the mountains in her dad's hometown, Calabria. He nods, and she wonders why he moved away when he was young. He hints that it was for love. As the evening approaches, they prepare to ride back home. Sophia asks if they can take a picture together to remember the day, but Santo declines. While he's fixing the mirror, she secretly takes his picture and uploads it on social media. Unbeknownst to them, Santos's picture is matched with a wanted face through a biometric network by Dr. Ferrario. He reaches out to someone who's been chasing him for more than 20 years, telling them where he is. The next day, Santo and his brother-in-law, Patrick Gruber, are working at their small sawmill. After cutting a board, Patrick goes to pick up Sophia from her training camp and drives her home. At home, Sophia changes her training jersey in her room, while Ingrid and Patrick sit at the dining table for lunch. As she goes upstairs to wash her jersey before lunch, two men with metal rods barge in. Ingrid, thinking it's Santo, steps out excitedly, but is shocked to find armed men instead. One of them grabs her, and the other man, wearing a camera collar, records as he hits Patrick, mistaking him for Santo. Hearing the commotion, Sophia creeps near the staircase, seeing her mother covered in blood. The man spots her, and she escapes by jumping on the grassland below. Furious, the man loses her and leaves, confident they got their main target. In the evening, Santo gets in the car and contacts Patrick. He calls Ingrid and Sophia, but gets no response. He rushes home to find their lifeless bodies, shouting for his daughter. Sophia, who has been hiding nearby, comes out when she sees her father's car. She screams and cries, asking for help, but Santo hurries her into the Jeep, saying it's too late. Along the way, she keeps asking about the tragedy, but he doesn't answer. The Jeep stops at a deserted hotel, and Santo takes her inside. Despite her pleas to contact the police, he disagrees, fearing they would come after him. He goes to the bathroom, leaving her confused. Meanwhile, one of the assassins, Rudy Crezara, calls Don Angelo, a mafia leader, telling him they successfully killed Santo and his wife, but missed the girl. Angelo asks Rudy to come and share a video in person. Rudy later shows up at a fancy building, plays the video of the assassination to Angelo, who notices Patrick as an unfamiliar face. Angelo tells Rudy to find Santo and his daughter. While Santo is shaving, a flashback troubles him about shooting Angelo's son. He calms Sophia down, sits beside her, and shares his dark past, working for a Sicilian mafia. The next day, Santo gives Sophia a phone, instructing her not to contact anyone unless it's him. Santo later sneaks into the secretary's house and learns about the plan to assassinate him. He confronts the secretary, who reveals Rudy and Mourinho Gallo as the assassins. Before leaving, Rudy and Mourinho Gallo try to capture them. Mourinho kills Hakim and attempts to take Sophia, but she fights back. Santo intervenes, and they escape in a Jeep. Outside a department store, they learn about the news of the assassination and Sophia's disappearance. In Angelo's residence, Michel, Angelo's son, plans to continue their business and advises his father to stop chasing Santo. Angelo is furious and scorns Michel for not seeking revenge for his brother's death. Michel agrees to help locate Santo begrudgingly. In a warehouse, Santo undergoes treatment, and Sophia finds a note expressing love from her father. Santo wakes up, and Dr. Ferrario informs Michel about locating Santo. Rudy and another man, along with their men, search for Sophia. Sophia and Santo plan their revenge. Sophia takes pictures of Michel's guards and sends them to Santo. Santo enters Michel's office, distracting the workers with an explosion. They escape with Michel. Angelo receives a demand from Santo to confess and make his bank details public in an hour. Sophia, Santo, and Michel work together. Santo writes a message to Sophia indicating they need to leave. Rudy traces them, and a confrontation occurs in a rail yard. Sophia, Santo, and Michel escape. Later, they plan an attack on Angelo. Santo eliminates security guards and confronts Angelo. He strangles Angelo while Sophia listens on the phone. Security forces arrive, arresting Sophia. In court, Sophia is declared innocent but placed in a facility. Michel visits her, offering friendship. Dr. Ferrario and Michel discuss their plan. Sophia sneaks out when she turns 18. In the final scene, Sophia changes her appearance and infiltrates Michel's office. She confronts Michel, avenging her family's deaths. The story ends with Sophia triumphantly walking away.